I'm Oliver, a psychologist, and today's character is exactly the same age as I am. Today, we're diving into Satoru Gojo. Spoiler alert for the anime. No spoilers for the manga. It always ends up rhyming, doesn't it? Jujutsu Kaisen is one of those anime that's genuinely enjoyable to watch. And it feels like each character is very clear, distinct issue. From duty and surrendering to instincts, emotions on display, to indifference. Each character struggles with something personal. And the first character to appear on this channel has one outstanding trait: power. Imagine being the most powerful person on the face of the earth. No one can defeat you, which would imply a form of omnipotence. How would you react to that? Who would you become? If you were born with the kind of power that today's character has, you would be a completely different person. But what if, in the blink of an eye, you suddenly gained that power? How much would you change? This character really reflects how much we admire people who are confident, who exude security, and at the same time, radiate an incredible level of charisma. And this character, in fact, meets all the requirements of what it means to have charisma. According to psychology professor Ronaldo Riggio, in his book The Charisma Quotient, he identifies three main ingredients that make up this quality everyone admires, even if they don't realize it, and Gojo has all of them in abundance. It's no wonder we see so many articles, videos, and books talking about how to develop charisma. Watching Gojo's behavior can give us some key insights. Let's break it down. Control. Control refers to the ability to adjust one's behavior based on the environment. Gojo is a bit like a chameleon in this regard. Depending on the situation, he adapts his behavior to get what he wants. There are moments when he behaves immaturely with his students, almost as if he's adapting to the situation. But we all know that, deep down, he's a mature person. He deeply values their lives and has a greater purpose, one that goes beyond even himself. He has a purpose for the future, one that transcends him and is meant to benefit the entire world of jujutsu sorcerers. Expressiveness. Expressiveness is the ability to start conversations spontaneously. This is perhaps Gojo's most obvious trait. He can converse with anyone, no matter the person or situation. When you watch him, it's like he's completely free of social anxiety. He speaks effortlessly, as if there's zero hesitation. Extroversion. Extroversion is the ability to listen to and understand what others are feeling. This is what earns Gojo the respect of his students. And not just them, but also us, the viewers. For Gojo, socializing is second nature. He enjoys it. He thrives on it. His ease in interacting with others likely comes from his extroverted personality. It's why he forms such an interesting relationship with Itadori, another extrovert. They're like those friends who meet one day and instantly feel like they've known each other for years. Without a doubt, it's the best friendship in the anime. But he also gets along well with someone more introverted, like Megumi. In fact, Megumi finds himself surrounded by three extroverts: Gojo, Itadori, and Nobara. Megumi, I feel you, and that's why you're my favorite. Charisma, extroversion, and of course, being practically a god in the world of Jujutsu Kaisen all come together to give Gojo another extraordinary trait: self-esteem. He appears to fear nothing, and in almost every situation, he maintains control. It's almost as though he feels in control of everything around him. But it's important to note that confidence and self-esteem are not the same thing. Confidence is about believing in your abilities, while self-esteem is about recognizing your inherent worth, regardless of external circumstances. Gojo seems to have mastered both, and this is what makes him such a compelling and powerful character. While self-esteem is about being at peace with oneself, self-confidence is about trusting your own abilities and your capacity to tackle challenges, solve problems, and succeed in the world. And Gojo has both. This combination helps Gojo avoid any type of social rejection. The sociometer theory explains a psychological mechanism that helps us minimize the likelihood of rejection. When people adopt behaviors that are rejected by a group, they tend to experience a decrease in self-esteem. When someone faces rejection, they become more sensitive to what others think of them. In other words, if you have more social skills, like Satoru Gojo, you'll likely have a better social adaptation, which leads to higher self-esteem. Gojo has a very close relationship with his students, and it's quite fascinating. He always tries to let them make their own decisions, like when he left Megumi to decide what should happen with Itadori. What Gojo truly wants is to leave the next generation to shape the Jujutsu system. He wants to change how the Jujutsu system is structured, believing it's deeply flawed. He tries to pass on his values to the students who will succeed him in the future. And his students trust him greatly. Not only them, but his tremendous image of trustworthiness allows even a curse, an enemy like Jogo, to stay close to him. She trusts that he won't attack her at that moment. It's a classic scene that showcases just how charismatic this character is. Body posture. All of this is reflected in his body posture. His self-confidence and charisma are visible in the way he sits, walks, and interacts with others, always maintaining an upright posture and sitting in a relaxed manner, let's say. Shy or introverted people usually don't sit or hold themselves in such a posture. They tend to occupy less space. Gojo's habit of putting his hands in his pockets in the midst of a hostile environment, like that of Jujutsu, demonstrates a clear degree of arrogance, but above all, confidence. Social psychologist Amy Cuddy argues that acting confident can actually make you feel more confident, even if you don't feel confident in the moment. Changing your posture can lead to greater confidence and a sense of power, which likely makes Gojo feel even more powerful. It doesn't work for everyone, though. Amy Cuddy's studies have shown that changing body posture can affect emotional states, but other studies replicating this research weren't as conclusive. This could indicate that it doesn't apply to everyone and depends on the context. The downside of feeling powerful. Always feeling powerful can have its downside, and this could be Gojo's greatest weakness. Psychologist and medical geneticist Gary Wenk, in his book The Brain, discusses how young people tend to be more impulsive due to the incomplete development of the frontal lobes. This is because they haven't fully undergone the process of neural myelination, which is like insulating the electrical wires in your house. Without myelination, the electrical signals of neurons don't reach their destinations properly. Gary Wenk explains that, on average, women complete this process by 25 and men by 30. In other words, Satoru might not have fully completed this process, which could explain why he exposes himself to so much danger. As we age, we become more aware of our mortality. A fascinating book about this is The Upside of Stress, which is very helpful for those looking to become more confident and understand their emotions and their importance. Many people think that confidence is something innate, that either you have it or you don't, but it can actually be developed. Geneticist and psychologist Robert Plomin conducted a study on genes and their relationship to confidence in twins. He found that genetics account for about 50% of a person's confidence. This means that likely other members of Satoru's family share his level of confidence. But this doesn't mean it's fixed. Many factors influence confidence, and it's definitely something you can improve. For example, I could never be as extroverted as Gojo. This would go against my introverted nature. But today, I manage it well, and in key moments, my introversion doesn't stop me from doing what I want. This channel, for instance, is proof of that. When the second season comes out, I'll probably make another video about him, showing the B side of all this. After all, as he himself says, like, subscribe, and share, and remember, it's only the beginning.